What's up? This is Food and Philosophy, episode 33. I forgot to pour my drink. Normally I do walk around with my top off, but I'm gonna put the top on so I don't spill this. How's the camera look? What's up, Motivo? All right. So I don't know when the 4th of July episode is going to air. This might be the last one or this one or the next one. So here we go. We got the red. We got the white. And we got the blue. USA. USA. All right. So everybody knows my favorite sandwiches are the pastrami and the steak ones. So I got the Rough Rider. Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Rider. Number 527. This is an exclusive sandwich, so you probably can't get it unless you're in downtown Phoenix. But it's pastrami, buffalo fry sauce, American cheese, and I added some coleslaw to it, purple slaw. What's up, Ikes? Got Ikes in the feed. All right. Blue. All right.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to be eating. You can ask whatever questions you guys want.
Shout out to the person on my YouTube. We went over 100 subscribers. Yeah, hell yeah. Shout out to the person that hit on me in the comments, wants me to take them out to dinner. The answer is, if it's at Ike's, I'll take you. What's up, Gianni? What's up, Milena?
My favorite sandwich is the Paul Rubens.
Or any of the pastrami ones. And the mashed bumgarner, too. I love the steak. But I guess the theme of the day is a menage a trois, which I did not get today. My favorite sandwich named after somebody is the Giancarlo My Son, number 43.
I forget for what call.
My ex talk. You guys like it when I chew? I think somebody's like, chew harder. Nom, 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 nom. What's up, Andrew? What's up, Mary? All right. So I saw this meme. It wasn't by anybody famous, I don't think. So it doesn't matter. But it said, since we were talking about bears and men, you know what? I'm going to drop that part. But it kind of has something to do with that. It says, you can't truly call yourself peaceful unless you're capable of great violence. If you're not capable of violence, you're not being peaceful, you're harmless, which is an important distinction to make. The last episode, I talked about morality and immorality and how that faces things. Now, in the social media chamber, it's always about my side's good and your side's bad, and it doesn't literally matter what side it is, because the person that's 97, probably 90, more than 97% of people that are on social media only think that their way is the right way, and no other way is even an acceptable form to think. There's no discourse. There's no people, like nobody's minds is getting changed on social media. I mean, it's like in real life, nobody's minds actually ever get changed. We're stuck in our ways. I'm stuck in my ways, and only when I'm in agreement with you. Now, slowly but surely, I might have experiences that'll change my mind, but you're never going to be able to change my mind, no matter what. Even if Feinstein was like, here's some great stuff, people still challenged him. Galileo people challenged him. So it's not about the ideas, it's about us and moving through things. The reason why this thing popped up in my mind to talk about is because out in the social media chamber, people are always like, I'm good and you're bad. And it literally doesn't matter what they are. They're good and somebody that's against them is bad because we're always going to be on our own sides. I think to expect us each individually to be anything other than that is a fantasy world. So anytime you're like, oh, this is the way, just think and know that it doesn't matter to anybody but those that agree with you. So that should be helpful. But there we are, we're out there going, oh, well, I'm safe space for fill in the blank. Or I'm uh, doing this for this good reason. Or I'm helping these people for these things. Or these are the things that I'm going to stand for. And the reason why I'm being vague on the things and the people is because it doesn't matter the things and it really doesn't matter the people because we all do that with whatever it is that is important to us. But if you're not an actual great person, and you're not actually doing anything great by even if you're accidentally doing something on the right side, quote right side, it's not relevant. Just like if you're not capable of violence, it doesn't matter if you're peaceful because you're not peaceful, you're just being submissive or whatever. And it's not the same thing as being peaceful. Like you couldn't do anything even if you wanted to. Yay, we should celebrate that. No. And the same thing with any of your thoughts. If you wouldn't actually go and fight in any of the wars that you're for or against, then shut the bleep up because your opinion doesn't matter. Not because your actual opinion doesn't matter, but you're not being cool. You're not being helpful to the situation. Why? Because you're just a sheep. Ba ba, bitches. And I know I ended that kind of cruelly. So instead, I'll finish with so just be mindful of when you're doing these kind of things. Are you, because there's a difference between going with the flow and being submissive to it or being, uh, what's the word? Impotent to being able to create anything in whatever the thing you're clamoring about. So if you'd like to make a change, get out of your head and start moving your foot. Try not to swear on this. Move your freaking feet. Use your freaking hands. Activate your body and go out and do what it is that you want to do. And then you'll actually be able to create the change instead of bitching and complaining about it on social media. So go out there, be powerful. I want to see you be peaceful, but you're not peaceful if you're not doing anything. And you're never going to be great if you don't do anything. You're never going to be able to change, even if you vote for the right side. That's not going to help anything. You're just going to be a sheep on the right or a sheep on the left. That's my X talk. It's it's an important distinction to make. All right. And appropriately, we're going to get into this does not look like this topic to me. Look at this pic. This is me. Hashtag international sex symbol. Then Elmitra spoke, saying, we would now ask of death. And he said, you would know the secret of death. But how shall you find it unless you seek it in the heart of life? The owl, whose night-bound eyes are blind unto the day, cannot unveil the mystery of light. If you would indeed behold the spirit of death, open your heart wide unto the body of your life and of life, for life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. In the depth of your hopes and desires lies your silent knowledge of the beyond. And like seeds dreaming beneath the snow, your heart dreams of spring. Trust the dreams, for in them is hidden the gate to eternity. Your fear of death is but the trembling of the shepherd when he stands before the king whose hand is to be laid upon him in honor? Is the shepherd not joyful beneath his trembling that he shall wear the mark of the king? Yet is he not more mindful of his trembling in the wind and to melt into the sun? And what is it to cease breathing, but to free the breath from its restless tides, that it may rise and expand and seek God unencumbered? Only when you drink from the river of silence shall you indeed sing. And when you have reached the mountaintop, then you shall begin to climb. And when the earth shall claim your limbs, then shall you truly dance. Speak to us of death. You only want more in life, or you hope for more, or you strive for more. You only want these things because you know unconsciously, deep down inside, that there is more out there somewhere, even from within the confines of this life. You know that there's more. Those feelings that you have that escape your body, you can feel them through time and space. You can remember something from the past, good and bad. It's because we know that there's something out there. So open your heart wide unto the body of life. You only get this journey right now. And if you don't believe there's anything after life, well, then shit, you have no excuse to just enjoy this right now, because you only have right now and that's all you'll ever have. And whenever it expires, then you'll just, I guess, expire. And if there is more beyond here, which is probably the most likely possibility, then you owe it to that self, and the self that was you before, and the thoughts and the beacon of you, and everything that your soul was and will be and forever will become. You owe it to that to not live as if there's no life in you. So, how do you know that the magical, I'll speak for myself. How do I know that these magical occurrences in my life are even possible, if not for this memory or this knowledge from somewhere? Look at your life right now. Look at how often you may have a sense of things. Oh, I felt bad about that, or I got these thing in my stomach. This knowing that we have comes from somewhere. Like, what made you like what you like? Being human, being human is a limiting state. If our soul is timeless, spaceless, foreverness, or our mind, like, we can think and we can remember the past and we can sure as heck project into the future too. If all that's unlimiting, like what you can think about, what you can feel about, but the human itself is a limiting state. The only way to grow, though, which is the best, is from the confines of this limited human that you are. If you were unlimited, like say your thoughts can be, and you can think of whatever, which is still limited by the fact that you're a human, but we can still think of anything and imagine anything and bring in forth things. And some authors will say that, or philosophers, thinking of Stephen Pressfield in particular, would say that we get spoken to from the ether some things, and other authors too think that too. Because the only way to grow and learn is to confine the infiniteness of infinity, of the universe, into a limited track of the material world, thus human, and our minds that accompany it. While we can think of whatever, we're still limited because we are human. Is the shepherd not joyful beneath his trembling that he shall wear the mark of the king? There you are, and you have these ideas and thoughts and a life that you want, whether you're the person that's like, oh my God, I'm gonna go out and you're a go getter, or you're the person that's the lowly, domicile, impotent, like I was talking about earlier. Regardless of that, you're we all have thoughts of a better future. Always. Even when it's negative, we still go out and we likely look for a better future or have hope for that. And in that we do quote tremble at the possibility. And sometimes it's a good trembling, sometimes it's an inspiration and we move towards we want while we're still alive. And sometimes it's a terrible trembling, like we're fearful or we're nervous and then we don't do anything because it scares us to move forward towards what it is that we would like, because your fear of death is but the trembling of the shepherd when he stands before greatness. Humbling yourself. You're not being humble, you're being submissive and subservient in those moments. No offense to shepherds. I like sheep. They are delicious and cute. And sometimes I wear them as a sweater. So, how else would we be able to still be enough on this planet? But to dream, but to move, but to be in fear of the day that we're no longer here and use that as motivation, or be inspired for the one day when we're not here through the soul in doing things. So, again, how else would we be able to be still in life for long enough of a time in order to create learning for the universe and for others? And again, being still here from eternity till now, the human life, to even be alive. Only by confining infinity. In the depths of your hopes and desires lies your silent knowledge of beyond. You wouldn't even be able to come up with things that you would like. Trust the dreams, the hopes, for in them is your hidden gate to eternity. And eternity by what is it that you would like? And moving towards that. That's the only moral movement. Moral movement is anything that brings you closer to what you love. And anything that moves you away from what you would love, that would be immoral or bad, whatever you want to call it. Only when you drink from the river of silence shall you indeed sing. So silence can be interpreted one of two ways. Silence when your mind is balanced. You do not see good. You do not see good, bad. You see that everything is, and that's all it is. Then you can sing from gratitude or from inspiration because there is no literal cares in the world. Or I guess that would be figurative cares in the world. Because then the other way to be silent is to move into the ether and be gone of this human life, where you will literally be silent and then you shall sing. Because you will literally have no cares in the world because you will not be of this world. And when you have reached the mountaintop, then you shall begin to climb. So when you're there, either because you've balanced yourself out and now you have a much higher sphere of awareness, can you be free and you start climbing even higher? Or the other way, because you're no longer here and you're in the ether and you shall begin to climb again. And when the earth shall claim your limbs, so this one actually, when you're inspired or expired. So when you're inspired and you just start moving with joy, that's when you truly dance. And also when you expired and you're no longer here, you also truly dance. So this is the death of the being human, figuratively by balancing things out and no longer being of the animal mind, or when you actually no longer are with us and are free to move about the universe. When you get what you want, great. And if you don't get what you want, even better. Your well being, hey, what's up, Coco Vinny? Your well being is your greatest contribution to humanity. No exceptions ever. Look at this beautiful sandwich. All right. Love you guys. Catch you next time.